The last video we did on this channel, folks, was the petition regarding the do not introduce digital ID cards here in the UK. At that time, it was just over 2.6 million, which at this moment in time, as we will go over, it is currently sat at 2.789 million people who have signed it. And obviously, if the petition reaches over 100,000, it normally goes in front of Parliament. But the UK government have actually responded, and to be honest with you, it is one of the worst things that they have actually done. And this was 2 days ago. So this was their response. We will introduce a digital ID within this Parliament to help tackle illegal migration, make accessing government services easier, and enable wider efficiencies. We will consult on details too. And as you can see, we have a very big-ass response for it. So we are going to go over that. But first, what they're currently going on about, and there's them saying, oh, it's going to help people with this. It's going to help people go forward and be able to get a house, get a bank account, and all these other things. Even though the items that you need to go out and get these things, normally people have them on themselves anyway. But one of the worst things I've seen about this is that the government have even said, oh, this will help people on lower wage income. How? How is that going to help people? But it's just the way that this government at the moment is. I really don't understand what they think this is going to achieve, because it's not. And I just got one by here now, just looking at a story on Google. And digital ID cards will put the UK on a dangerous path. Just ask India. And it's interesting because we have seen many other countries trying to adopt something like this. And everything that Starmer and his government are trying to say it's going to stop, it's going to help with, it hasn't helped anywhere else in the world. It really hasn't. But let's actually go back now to the full actual response for them. So I'll just go, oh, we can see that, we're good. The government has announced plans to introduce a digital ID system which is fit for the needs of modern Britain, even though a driving licence is totally wrong. We are committed to making people's everyday lives easier and more secure, to putting more control in their hands, including over their own data, and to driving growth through harnessed digital technology. We also want to learn from countries which have digitised government services for the benefit of their citizens, in line with our manifesto commitment to modernise the government. So with that part right by there, the in line with our manifesto to modernise the government, they're basically saying there, oh, we had all of this implemented first, this is what we wanted to do. I saw a black belt barrister the other day, I think it was yesterday, he put out a video regarding this, and he was like, yeah, it's not in it. So I don't know what's going on with that by there, or I've gotten the wrong end of the stick. Currently, when UK citizens and residents use public services, start a new job for example, buy alcohol, they often need to present an assortment of physical documents to prove who they are or things about themselves. This is both bureaucratic for the individual and creates space for abuse and fraud. Right, so if I want to go and buy alcohol, instead of literally going in my wallet, you know, getting my cards out, I have to go on my phone now instead and go, oh, I got to swipe through, give me a minute. Oh, here we go, yeah, that's my stuff there. I got to do that instead of just literally going, here's my card. Yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous. Because they're going to go on, and I can see it right by here, where it says, include known issues with illegal working and modern slavery, while the fragmented approach and multiple systems across government make it difficult for people to access vital services. No, it's not. The way that they have just put this out, for example, if they want to buy alcohol, use public services, start a new job, or for example, buy alcohol. So if you want to start a new job, right, ID, okay, here we go, got my ID. Okay, do you have any of your documents proving the way you live? Yeah, I got it right here on my phone. I have it already. I literally have everything that they ask for on my person. If I go for a job, if I go buy alcohol, if I want to open up a bank account, I have it all on me. And the way that they're doing this, I really think that this is just to keep an extra eye on the entire population of the UK. It's not to be, we're doing this for the greater good, or as the Online Safety Act, we're doing it for the children, or as they're saying with this one, we're doing it to stop illegal immigration. No. It's just another thing to be like, this person's been scanned or whatever. They're here, they're buying this. That's what it is. And I'm going to show you something after which is absolutely mind-blowing in regards to this kind of stuff. So it does go on to say that further, there are too many people who are excluded, like the 1 in 10 UK adults who don't have a physical photo ID, so can struggle to prove who they are and access the products and services they are entitled to. 1 in 10 in the UK adults who don't have a physical photo ID, I kind of see that's hard to do in this country. I really don't think that's right. But again, no, we know what governments do. They always inflate the numbers to make it look, oh my God, this is something we need because look at the statistics. Yeah, no one's ever done stuff to use statistics and facts to make it look better for them. Governments do it all the time just to make their party look better than the others. It's been going on for decades, and that's exactly what it is. But it does go on. To tackle these interlinked issues, we will introduce a new national digital ID. This is not a card, but a new digital identity that will be available for free to all UK citizens, legal residents, aged 16 and over. Although we will consider through consultation if they should be aged 13 and over. So, if you're age 16, in this country, you can't vote, not at the moment. You can't buy alcohol. You can't even buy an energy drink if you're 16. So, what is a 16-year-old going to have? What is a 16-year-old going to do with that card? They're not buying a house. They may go for a job, but let's face it, they're not going to. This is just absolutely ludicrous. And the way they're saying, if they should be age 13 and over. A 13-year-old's not going to do anything. You know, it's so bizarre, it really is. Over time, people will be able to use it to seamlessly access a range of public and private sector services, with the aim of making our everyday lives easier and more secure. No, it's not. It is not secure. It will not be compulsory to obtain a digital ID, but it will be mandatory for some applications. They've just put that by there. It will not be compulsory to obtain one, but it will be mandatory for some things. They're basically saying, yeah, you need one. If you don't need one, then we're not going to help you. We're not going to give you anything. That is exactly what that sentence is. Basically, like it or lump it, you're going to need a digital ID card. It's so bizarre, it really is, that the government thinks this is absolutely perfect. It's not. For example, the new digital ID will build on Govt.uk, one login and the government wallet to drive the transformation of public services. Over time, this system will allow people to access government services, such as benefits or tax records, without needing to remember multiple logins or provide physical documents. So first of all, with this by here, without needing to remember multiple logins, every single person right now has their password manager on their phone, on any browser, Brave, Google Chrome, Microsoft Edge, and, every single one has a password reminder. iOS, Mac OS, iPad OS, all of these places have, let me log in, let me click that button, I need to type in it, look, there's my email address and my password already in. You can pick so many holes in this, it's absolutely ridiculous. And it does go on to say that it will significantly streamline interactions with the state, saving time and reducing frustrating paperwork, while also helping to create opportunities for more joined-up government services. So, with that by there, I'm just going to tell you a little story. My father, yesterday, he went to the dentist, and my father is retirement age, and he was there. They told him the night before, this is the paperwork you have to fill out. Okay, and when they say that it's going to reduce frustrating paperwork, it will streamline interactions. He had to put in, obviously, his details and everything else, and he said it was about 4 to 5 pages long. And at the very end of it, if you're over the age, I think it was 65. No, if you're over the age of 60, tick here. We don't need any of your information. At the end of everything. That's what they do. And this is exactly what this is going to do. They're saying that, oh, it's going to streamline interactions. It's going to save time and reduce frustrating paperwork. No, it's not. You are going to have people going on with this and, oh, we need you to sign this out. Oh, we need you to sign for this. Oh, we need you to read through these documents and then sign it. It's not going to be significantly streamlined. It's not. I do think that this is just another way for them to give another tracking device, basically. It's interesting to see because, again, I do it on my phone, I have laptops and everything else, but on my stuff, you can turn off the tracking, the data and everything else. That's what I do. And it also saves a hell of a lot on battery life, which is amazing. But seeing how they're going on and they're saying, oh, it's going to streamline this, it's going to make everything a lot better. No, it's not. It really isn't. And it's the way it goes on as well, and it says that, for instance, Estonia's system reportedly saves each citizen hours every month by streamlining unnecessary bureaucracy, and the move to becoming a digital society has saved taxpayer money. On what? On what? I live in Wales, and our government, about a year and a half ago, they said, right, we're going to introduce a 20-mile-an-hour speed limit on certain roads. Now it's being taken back because it hasn't worked, and the funny thing is, the Welsh government spent £33 million on replacement signs. £33 million. And what is the best thing about that? They have to scrap them all. Why? Because, like I said, they're getting rid of that speed limit in the majority of places that they put it down. That is how stupid this is. And, again, taxpayers' money, we funded that. And the funny thing regarding that we funded that, none of us had a vote. They just went ahead and did it. The roads as well, if you look around Wales, North Wales, West Wales, East Wales, South Wales, the roads are terrible. Taxpayers' money should be paying for that, surely not. You know, your council tax, all this kind of stuff, this is where it's going. But no, it's going for, for people in the UK that they're MPs or whatever who's in power for them in their area, they're using this money to fund stupid things. You know, something like this digital ID card. Because they're still going on, and a couple of years ago, they said, the government, we're going to give £300 million a week, which is what they said, £300 million a week, to the NHS hospitals. No such thing has happened. But you have seen people in the government, who have lost their jobs and quit because they took money from the taxpayers' money and they built moats. They bought houses. They bought companies. Yeah, these are the people who are in power, and it's absolutely ludicrous. But it does go on to say regarding that by the end of the Parliament, employers will have to check the new digital ID when conducting a right-to-work check. This will help combat criminal gangs who promise access to the UK labour market in order to profit on dangerous and illegal channel crossings. It will create a fairer system between UK citizens and legal residents. No, it won't. Crack down on forged documents. No, it won't. And streamline the process for employers, driving up compliance. No, it's not. Because the way that they're doing this here is basically they're trying to say that this digital ID is going to be for everything. One-stop shop, basically, that's what they're saying. But companies are not going to be like, oh, he's got everything here. Right, yeah, that's good. They want you to fill out documents. They want you to fill out details on a piece of paper. That is what's going to happen with this. And it's absolutely stupid. But it does go on, though, to say that, it says it'll create business information showing where employers are conducting checks, so driving more targeted action against non-compliant employers. Yeah. You read that right. It's literally going to be like, well, this company hasn't done this, fine them. Well, exactly the same as the Online Safety Act. Oh, you're a company based outside the UK, but you're not doing our laws and our rules, we're going to fine you. No. This is just one of the most stupidest dictatorships that this country has ever done. Keir Starmer is absolutely, he is a bellend, but that's my opinion. And a lot of people do like him. I can see why. You know, when he was trying to get into office, he promised a lot of things. Now, I do know that, you know, all these things are not going to be changed within 12 months. But when you stated, I'm going to bring down the costs of groceries, of bills, this, that, and the other within 12 months, and you haven't done it, that's when you start losing the people's right for you. But it does say as well that privacy and security will also be central to the digital ID program, and it's just absolutely stupid. And you got this by here. Just going to skip all that part because it does go on about cyber attacks. We will launch a public consultation in the coming weeks and work closely with employers, trade unions, civil society groups, and other stakeholders to co-design the scheme and ensure it is as secure and inclusive as possible. Following consultation, we will seek to bring forward legislation to underpin this system. It's not going to work. But the one thing I wanted to show you, and it still to this day absolutely blows my mind that this has even happened. And it's kind of regarding, the biometric verification and a digital ID, okay? So, the State Bank of Vietnam has deactivated over 86 million bank accounts. This is why they've done it as well, is that Vietnam State Bank has initiated a significant data cleansing effort, deactivating over 86 million bank accounts as part of a national push for biometric verification. This initiative stems from Project 06, a government project launched in 2022 to develop a unified digital identity system, with a goal of full implementation by 2025 and a vision extending to 2030. To develop a verified digital ID system, and they've had to deactivate 86 million bank accounts. Why? More than likely because people did not want to do this. And as you can see by here, that they want to go into a cashless society, which is one of the worst things I do think. Reduce fraud, ain't going to happen, and align with international standards. But with a population of 101 million, Vietnam had roughly 200 million bank accounts before this, many of which were inactive, duplicate, or used for scams, resulting in around 113 million personal and 711,000 organizational accounts remaining active after verification. So with that by there, you could have people who could have multiple accounts. I got multiple accounts myself. So is my father. The majority of all my friends have. They have a savings account. They have another one which they opened years ago and they may not use it now, which, okay, you can get rid of that. But the problem is, if you're going to get rid of these, and if some of these were, they were just, not being worked and, they're duplicates or whatever, or they're inactive, you cannot shut them down. You have to speak to the person who owns those accounts first. This is what they're trying to do here in the UK. And it wouldn't surprise me if the UK gets this and they do the digital ID and they're like, right, let's check every single person's bank account. Who's got how much money? And then it's literally going to be like with this digital ID, oh, I'm sorry, you've already spent your allocated share for today. That's where this is going. I can see it. Oh, you've used 10 hours of internet over this week. You can't have any more. It's these kind of things, 1984 coming true, and there's so many things out there where this is not going to go well. It really isn't. But guys, let us know down below what you think of this. I will leave the petition down here in the description box so you can go and sign it, because this needs to be stopped. It's turning into one of the worst dictatorships for a modern society. That's what's going on with this, folks. But like I said, like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. My name is Bean Dan. Bean Dan. And I will see you soon. Take care. And like I said, go and sign the petition.